The Mole is back, and I'm super excited. When I saw that it was coming back, I made the decision I would attempt to try and figure out the mole off the first episode. Do I think I'll actually get it right? Probably not, as it's really too soon to tell. But I thought it would be fun. This season's cast of characters are Muna, Quaylen, Andy, Hannah, Deanna, Michael, Sean, Ryan, Jen, Antonio, Nish, and Melissa. After watching the first episode, I came up with 3 names that stood out the most. First up is Michael. During the mission where they took on the intruders, his teammates felt that he was confusing directions given to him. Was this a mistake, or was he purposely trying to screw things up? The cameras did show that the area he was in was muddy, making it hard for him to hold the platform and position the shooter. So I'll cut him a little slack on this. Second, and a more likely candidate, is Muna. She flat out lied to everyone and cost the group money for the sake of improving her score during evaluations to prevent herself from being eliminated. This is absolutely mole behavior. Or is it? If you think about it, her logic is sound. It's way too early for any of them to have a clue about who the mole is. By taking the advantage, she improves her odds of staying past the first elimination. However, while I understand the move, she'll be one of my top suspects. Third, and the person I'm going to bet on being the mole, is Nish. Now this is tricky, because he was voted the leader during the intruders game. This meant that if any intruders made it through, he would have been eliminated. I think in a way, him being in a vulnerable position early would help move suspicions away from him. However, the reason why I'm going with him as the mole is from the intros. During the introductions, they asked individuals if they could be the mole. He was the only one they showed without a clear answer. His statement was, "I could be the mole." He said this jokingly, and I don't think it was meant to be serious. However, during the original seasons of The Mole, way back when, they actually dropped clues to who the mole is very early in the show, then revealed it later on. They did not do this in the first season of The Mole on Netflix, but I went into this looking for something, any little clue that they might be trying to give us that could easily be overlooked. Additionally, on the first mission, before realizing that the person could be eliminated who was in the leadership role, he stepped up as the leader. I think he was looking for a way to impact the game early on. I understand this is likely a reach, but I watched this episode closely for any clues, and this was the best one I could come up with. I'll likely change my pick as the season goes on, but I wanted to take a shot in the dark off of episode 1. Let me know your thoughts. Anything that stood out to you during this episode? And a quick side note, I noticed that in the subtitles, at least on my television, it didn't immediately identify Hannah by name when she would speak. Not sure if that could potentially mean something or not.